What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and in this video today, we're going to go over my top 5 privacy coin plays for the crypto space over the coming weeks, months, for the rest of the cycle. Privacy coins have seen a new life with Zcash pumping, with institutions showing interest in privacy coins and things like that. So I'd like to give you guys my 5 top choices here. Some of them are just based by market cap, and there's a couple in here that I really like above all the other ones, and I'll let you guys know which ones those are. So if that sounds good to you, hit the like button, subscribe. This is not a how-to video on privacy coins. This is not a what are privacy coins. If you don't know what a privacy coin is, let me just tell you in the most simple way. That way you don't have to watch a boring like 15-minute video. Privacy coins, you guys, privacy coins are coins that you can transact in private. You don't get tracked, right? Like Bitcoin, it's a public ledger. You can be traced with every transaction. Anybody can see it. With a privacy coin, it's ideally hidden, or there's some kind of feature that allows you to remain anonymous with your transactions. Anyways, before we get into the charts here, I want to just point out this article that I pulled up a few days ago. Ripple CEO identifies XRP ledger's final barrier to mass adoption by big banks. And XRP is not one of the coins I'm talking about, but this is pertinent to the information that we're talking about here. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has identified the defining factor for institutional adoption of the XRP ledger. Right? His one-word reply was privacy. Institutions desire privacy. Institutional integration, privacy. Right? That's something that we never would have thought we heard. Right? Institutions want privacy. Of course, they want privacy. And various features like that. So XRP, the reason why that's a big deal is XRP is in the top 5 cryptos. It's probably going to be the top 3 again pretty soon. And they're focusing on privacy, right? For a while, like the main focus in the crypto space, I feel like, was how do we scale Ethereum and smart contracts and stuff like that? How do we get more throughput that way? So layer 2s or focusing on a really kick-ass layer 1 was a big deal. But right now, I feel like the big deal is privacy. It's privacy. This is the institutional cycle. Privacy is the big deal. Enough talk, enough jabber, enough about me. Let's talk about you. Zcash is the first one we're going to talk about, because I'm sure everybody's aware of Zcash right now. It's up 223% this month, up 83% last month. We're only 10 days into this month. You've got a lot of growth to go. I'm sure you're going to find some turbulence here pretty soon. Nothing moves in a straight line. Nothing does. If we take this from our all-time high there to the low of this range, we're right in the heart of this golden ratio zone. I fully expect that we will find turbulence here, that we will probably pull back. Zcash, mark my words, will probably pull back to about 120 bucks. It's crypto, guys. If you don't think after a how big of a drop is this? Or how big of a move up is this? If you don't think that after a 7x, an almost 8x move, that you can't see a 50% drop, you haven't been in crypto long, because that's actually very standard. A 30 to 60% drop is pretty standard. So I do expect some turbulence. That doesn't mean we will. Maybe we hold 200, but something lower than where we are now, okay? Inevitably, I anticipate that Zcash will see new all-time highs. I think that by the end of this cycle, sometime in Q1, Q2 of 2026, we should be at prices at a minimum, at a bare minimum, Zcash will see a $2,500 price by the end of the cycle. I genuinely do see a scenario where we could see a $10,000 price or even more. We look at Zcash, you guys. This is my third bull market. What do I know? But from what I've seen, cryptos don't see $100 billion in their first bull market, okay? That's something that's earned, right? You don't get $100 billion in your first bull market. You're at a $4 billion valuation now. A 20x from here puts you at $80 billion. That's pretty high. That's pretty high for the average crypto. But you're not the average crypto. You've been around for 1 bull market, 1 bear market, 2 bull markets, 2 bear markets. This is your 3rd bull market. You've been around for a while, Zcash, and you've been accumulating. Clearly, it's accumulation. And with new interest, too, in the most crucial cycle ever. A 40x from here would put you at about $160 billion market cap. Now, that's a lot. And I don't throw those kind of numbers out there for just any crypto, but for a coin that's been out like this, I think it's doable. I think a $10,000 price for Zcash is possible by the end of this cycle. And the reality is we could even go higher. We really could. Crazy things could happen, but I'm going to stick, I think 10K is a good number. Psychological resistance right there, and it's the golden ratio at the 1.618 here. Look up, what's the golden ratio? It's the 1.618. That's the golden ratio, man. From your all-time high to the low of this consolidation range you've had, I think that's a significant area. I think that's something to watch. And then 10K itself is just significant. So 40x potential here with Zcash, even at these prices, let alone if I'm correct in assuming that it drops back down to about $120, that 40x turns into an 80x, you guys. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. Xano is the next one. And you've probably never heard of Xano. You probably, or Zano, I believe is how it's pronounced. Zano, whatever. This, in my opinion, is, if it's not the best privacy coin in the space, it's the second best. It's one of the best. It's undoubtedly one of the best. It's got to be one of the best, because I think that there's just so many promising aspects to this, so many unique things whenever it comes to privacy. This coin really is advanced compared to the average crypto, right? And again, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. If you want to do your own research, you're more than welcome to. I'm not going over the fundamentals. This video is going to go long enough with all the price predictions and stuff, but there are some fundamentally key differences with Xano compared to Zcash, XMR, even BDX, Dash, all these ones that we're going to go over. But Xano here, consolidating. And this one is actually the lowest market cap coin that we're going to talk about in this video, is Xano. And the lowest market cap means more potential growth, right? More risk, but more potential growth. $207 million market cap. It's a low cap coin. You wouldn't know it. You've probably never heard of Xano, but man, from July of 2022, we've been having a hell of a cycle, right? The average crypto, everybody's like, I want a refund. This isn't what alt season, what crypto season, what bull run, right? This has been doing well since July, since the really the end of the bear market for most cryptos. July of 2022, man, crazy. It even ended its bear market earlier with an overall 69x of growth so far this cycle, and it's got the lowest market cap we're talking about in this video. It's probably grown more than any of these other cryptos that we've talked about so far this cycle, and guess what? It's got more potential to grow than any of them as well, I would say. From a high here to a low, we don't have our prior cycle highs. Again, keeping in mind that cryptocurrencies do not typically get to a $100 billion valuation in their first bull market, right? This is Xano's first bull market. So we're at 207 million now. A 10x would put you at 2 billion. A 100x puts you at 20 billion. You can see crazy growth without ever touching $100 billion or $80 billion or anything like that. Xano is the only coin on here, I think, that has multi-100x potential. Absolutely it does. So what does that look like, right? We're at $13.80 right now. We could see this all the way up here. We could absolutely see $1,100, $2,100, something in that price range right there. I colored both of these orange because it's like a range. It's not like a specific line. It's more of a range. And I call that the money zone. In a very strong project with strong movements, that's it's a hard area to pass. And then also once you get into it, it's just kind of a zone of relevance in itself. It's the money zone. That's what I call it. I've coined it that. So $1,111, $2,140. That's the target range that I would go. And that's at about that's at about an 80x to about a 150x. We could go higher, but at that point you're kind of in this realm of no fib lands, and it could happen. You could see a multi-100x or more. It very well could happen. The market cap allows for that, but I just think Xano has immense potential. I think it's got a lot of potential here, and it's definitely worth checking out, right, if you've never heard of it. Anyways, and you want to invest in privacy coins, I think, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if you're interested in investing in privacy coins, if you invested in Xano, Zcash, XMR, BDX, Dash, you've got a hell of a portfolio there, man. Honestly, as far as privacy coins go, that's a hell of a little sector to invest in. Anyways, Monero, XMR, and again, Monero, I would say, is probably the best or most well-known privacy coin in the space. If it's not the best, then it's one of the best. It's between Monero and Xano, but these are the top two in my opinion. Monero has been around for a very long time, you guys. Very long time, since 2014. It's been around. I think this one's been around longer than Zcash, right? Yeah, it's the one that's been around the longest. It's the OG. It's the very first privacy coin that ever existed. And the OG typically maintains its status as the top dog as far as market cap dominance goes. 6.2 billion, that's double what Zcash has right now. 6.2 billion, we could, and it sounds crazy, we could genuinely see a 100x with this thing. All right, I very much believe that Monero has 100x capabilities. It might be the only kind of coin with a $6 billion market cap or higher in the top 30 that has 100x capabilities. I'm not even kidding. And that would be a high market cap. That's a $600 billion market cap. But you've been in a massive accumulative phase, right? Higher lows, flat top here. You guys, when this breaks, this is a multi-cycle bear market, bull market, multi-cycle consolidation phase. When this breaks, you're going to see something that you haven't seen since 2017 as far as movement goes. You're going to move up at a very unprecedented rate. Or maybe it's very precedented. Anyways, maybe not lately, but it's called for with this occasion. Looking at this here, at the current price, I would anticipate that this coin, at a minimum, at a bare minimum, we see a $5,700 to an $8,000 price by the end of the cycle. Okay, at a bare minimum, and at a maximum, like I said, 100x is where I would think we go, and maybe even a little bit beyond that. $47 right there, $46,700, somewhere right around 47K right there. Most cryptos, whenever they do see new all-time highs, they like to stop at their 2272, between their 2272 area and sometimes their golden ratio area, in that kind of zone there. So that'd be about a 59x, and that puts us at about 20K. I could really see Monero going to about a $20,000 price by the end of the cycle. If you asked me, what would I put my money on? Would it be 5K, 6K, 8K, 47K? I think this 20K price, just below, just above, right in that 20K area, maybe 18 to 22K, that would be the area that I would anticipate for Monero. So a lot of growth there. And again, with this one, you're investing in a top 30 coin, so it's blue chip. It's got the status. It's been around for a very long time. It is, when you think privacy coin in crypto, if you're not thinking Monero, it's because you're too new, right? Like anybody and everybody, even if they've never invested in it, privacy, Monero is the first one. It's like you think of a meme coin, you think back to the lineage, Dogecoin. It's the first one, right? You think of crypto, you think of Bitcoin. You think of smart contracts, you think of Ethereum. You think of banking coins, you think of XRP, right? If you think of DEX coins, you might think of Hyperliquid or Binance Smart Chain. I don't know, right? Monero was the first. You think privacy, you think Monero, and this is clearly in a cumulative phase that hasn't broken out yet. I think Monero is a massive play. Xano and Monero both have been accumulating for quite some time, and I think that they've just got massive potential. BDX, Beldex. This one here is also another privacy coin, sitting at about 8.2 cents. It's a good privacy coin. There's some fantastic features about this as well. Definitely deserves to be in the top 5 here. If we're looking at this, it's been around since 2019, and Beldex BDX. What's the market cap here? It's pretty low. It's higher than Xano, but it's a lot lower than the market caps we were talking about with Monero. 616 million. With this kind of market cap, you have 100x potential in this as well. There's absolutely 100x potential. Now, will it see that? Remains to be seen. But clearly, there's some interest that's being had here since August of 2024. We've definitely had some interest in this coin, and you've been moving up. Most coins don't look like this from July and August of 2024, right? Most coins have really like moved back down even, but you're up at a fantastic pace. Hold on, guys. I got a 3-year-old asking me a question. Okay, my 3-year-old is crazy. My 3-year-old is absolutely crazy, but I love her so much. Anyways, Beldex here, 8.238 cents. Sorry for the distraction, guys. From a high to a low, the expectation would be that we go to new highs. I do think this one has a 20x potential as well to 100x potential, right? That's what I was saying. Let's see. And that would put you all the way up, yeah, at about your 2272 there, right? 2272, just above it. That's actually a very common area to top off. That's just under a 20x. I don't think you stop there. I would think you do see this $2.46 price, but let's say $1.50 is doable by the end of this cycle. 246 and maybe $5.81 at the max. 100x potential. You do have 100x potential with your given market cap, but I just don't see it happening with the given fibs here. I would think 580 to 246. That's my personal area, which that would be about a 29x to about a 60, almost a 70x. Somewhere in that area. That's where I think BDX is going to go. Okay, that's the end of cycle prediction for that one as well. We look at Dash, and Dash is another OG coin, man, that's been around for quite some time, 2014. Has it been around longer than Monero? They've been around about the same time. I don't know. Dash has been around for a very long time, and it has it has seen lower highs and lower lows cycle after cycle, and that might be why people are kind of discounting it. I thought Dash was going into the depths. I thought there was no purpose for it at all, but with this latest Zcash craze and what's the word I'm looking for? Privacy coin craze, there's a little bit of life here in Dash itself. Dash with a market cap of about 553 million. It's the second lowest market cap coin we've talked about. It's been around for a long time. I don't know if I believe that Dash will see crazy growth. I wouldn't say it has 100x potential, but I do believe you have the potential to get back to your all-time highs or even past there. Okay, if we're looking at the current price, again, 20x is kind of a standard that I would expect for a lot of these coins. A 20x from here would put you at about $1,000. That's a nice psychological level of resistance, and I really feel pretty confident that you'll get to that. Okay, if not there, it's possible that you could see new all-time highs, but the maximum that I'd give you is $5,500, and that is a lot of growth. But I'm really hesitant to say that Dash gets to new all-time highs, especially because it's seen lower lows and lower highs cycle after cycle. Let's just focus on getting a higher high this cycle, and with that, I think $1,000 psychological resistance, maybe even your all-time high, which is also psychological resistance, right there at about a 36x to a 20x, something in that range for Dash. So all of these coins, I think, at a bare minimum, I don't even think a 20x is a good minimum. All right, hold on. My camera's glitching out here. Let's fix that. I don't even think that a 20x is a good minimum. I think that most of them will probably see a 30x or more. But if I had to give you my vote of confidence on which ones out of all these, which ones would I want to put my money into, or if I could only choose one, it'd probably be Zano, Zano, or Monero. One of those two, personally. Zcash is also, those are probably the top three. But if you're looking to venture out into other things, there's BDX, there's Dash. That right there is like a good basket, I think. I think if any institution had an ETF with these five, like a basket ETF with these five, they would kill it. They would kill it, and so would you. So I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.